Amazing! got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. I hope all is well and that you had an amazing Thanksgiving. Whatever amazing Thanksgiving means to you, that it went well for you. I know a lot of people are traveling now, and over the weekend, you're going to be trying to get back home, wherever home is, or go home, wherever home is. Be careful out there. It's a crazy, mad world. It's pure hell out there now. So, happy day after Thanksgiving. All right? I hope you ate a lot of whatever you ate, whatever you had. I'm not a big turkey guy. If I do eat turkey, I like the dark meat. The white meat is too dry. What the? But anyway, I didn't have turkey. I had steak and sweet potatoes. It was so good. Anyway, did I say uniting the races? I don't remember either. If I didn't. Uniting the races with truth. Instead of dividing them with lies, we're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. In case I didn't say it. You can get involved. There are a couple lines open right now. You can get involved by calling 888-77 53773 888-77 Hassan said turkey make you sleepy. What? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about, whatever you might be doing, traveling, whatever, right? And you just can't sit and watch the show. You know you can podcast it later, but you can be listening live on your cell phone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500, 641-793-1500. And that's the TalkStream Live line. All right? And follow us on rumble.com and Jesse Lee and Cozy. No, rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson and Cozy.tv/JLP. Cozy.tv/JLP. We're also on JLP Talk on X. JLP Talk on X. And Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. So all kinds of ways to follow. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and do all that good stuff as well. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com or Bond JLP on Cash App. Bond JLP on Cash App. All right? So Yes, it is Friday. And yes, the shows are happening today. After my show today, the Hake Report.com from 9 to 11 a.m. From 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time, the Hake Report. And guess what? Remind me to remind you that it is Friday, so it is Joel Friday today. He's going to do a show today, he said. Oh, I want to do a show today, he said. And that's right on Joel Friday TV today at 11 a.m., right after the Hake Report. Right after the Hake Report, Joel Friday TV. Normally he's here on Tuesdays, and that's still standard. It's just that it's a holiday season, and he want to do a little Thanksgiving talking. He want to talk about a little Thanksgiving. He appreciate the America. He appreciate his country. And at 4 p.m., the American anchor baby, riding high off Turkey. The American anchor baby at 4 p.m. today. Did you catch it yesterday? What the? Well, you're getting more of that today. More today. At 4 p.m. Pacific time. The American anchor baby flying high off of natural energy. So get ready for a smooth sailing. It ain't going to be no fighting on the plane. No one going to be using the toilet in the aisle. Oh, that mess. Not on the American anchor baby flight. That's for sure. It is Friday, and it is Get It Off Your Chest Day. It is whatever is on your mind. Express yourself. This is Donald Trump. Friday.
You, Tom, like a mug. You need to go and get yourself bleached, because everything you say about black people, and you're sitting up there looking like a tar baby.
It might sound like a semantics argument, but he's a gray alien.
I wonder if he been smoking pot.
What's wrong with you this time?
Need to follow this dude, man.
It's gonna be alright.
Man, leave me alone, bro. You been dragging me out game, bro. Man, you gonna get your hands off me, man. Man, you gonna touch me, man.
No, we never discuss politics at the dinner table.
I don't care. I don't want him. Let's move on. We need somebody better than that. Like, I'm tired of him.
You wanna know who's better than Trump? Actually, nobody.
Where we can all get along.
There's nothing wrong with saying great.
Can't we all just get along?
Because you're a loser and you were the bane of her existence.
We don't get along. We're not getting along.
I've heard enough. Sure, you want to go up against me?
I want you to do
Oh my God!
I'll put a wine glass in your face and all
the next time you put your hands down and you off guard, motherfucker.
His name is Charles.
Come on, can we all just get along?
Happy Thanksgiving. What a mess. That's amazing. What a mess. There is a hell and there is a heaven. There is a God and there is a devil. There is good and there is evil. Be not deceived. And what you're seeing on earth today is pure evil. Human beings are possessed and don't know it. They call it themselves. They say, I did all that. I'm this. One thing I noticed about life, and I was thinking this morning as I was reflecting, is that you can change, but you can't change yourself. That's weird to me. In that, not weird, but weird in that now understanding that you truly can change, but you can't change yourself. Isn't that something? if you notice, the more you try to change yourself, the deeper you get into hell, the worse your life becomes. You're not God. You can't change. But your life can change. And the interesting thing about it, it's so interesting to me, is that the less you do until you get to the point of doing nothing, the less you do, the nothing that you do to change yourself will change you. I know this. What are you talking about? You will change when you stop trying to change yourself. You're not God. And you don't even know yourself. You don't know yourself at all. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Wow, it's amazing. Amazing. So yesterday, and then I'll get to your calls at 888-773-773, 888-77-JESSE. And I didn't mention the biblical question. I'll deal with it on Sunday, but I still want to hear from you about it. Who or what are you trying to hold together? Who or what are you trying to hold together? Isn't that amazing? Amazing question. Who or what are you trying to hold together? Yesterday we told you about the Netherlands. Well, it's happening in Argentina as well. It looked like the citizens of the countries, especially the white citizens, they're getting fed up with all these illegal aliens and immigrants coming into their countries and trying to destroy them. And they want everything free, and they bring their asshole values and attitude into white countries. And look like they're kind of getting fed up with it. And they're starting to say no more, slowly but surely. And I've noticed that in the white countries, you have people coming from around the world into all of the white countries because they know that the white countries are the best countries. And instead of going, and the white people are too Christian, they let them in. They're Christians, right? And they know that only white people really know how to make countries great, how to make them work, because if they didn't think that, they wouldn't be trying to go to the white man's country. They would be building and doing the same thing in their countries, but they can't. They don't have it. They don't have that drive. They don't have that know-how. They don't have that get up and do for yourself drive. And so they look across the road and they see the white people doing it. And instead of learning from the whites how to do it, they go and destroy it. And the white people being so nice, they so nice. They nice. They nice little white people. They let them do it. But look like they're starting to say no a little bit. Enough is enough. So according to Bloomberg, Argentina's outsider Congressman Javier Millei pulled off an unexpected primary win that upended this year's presidential race. And this guy is been reported that he's not for all these illegal aliens and immigrants coming into their country. And as a result, he won, according to the report. He won the primary that upended this year's presidential race. And I feel the same thing in my bones here in this country. I'm getting the feeling that the American white citizens and some non-white citizens, a few, handful, are saying no to illegals and migrants because they're being pushed aside. The citizens are. And these people are getting free stuff, and they're violent, and they're nasty, they have bad attitudes, and they don't appreciate the hands that feed them. Right? So congratulations to Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I kept my promise. I did my best. Congratulations to Argentina if this is true. MSN reporter Javier Millei was recently interviewed by Tucker Carlson, and he was asked what advice he has for Donald Trump. Watch this from X.
Donald Trump is running for president again in the United States, as you know. What advice would you give him?
Que continúe con su lucha en contra del socialismo, porque es uno de los pocos que entendió cabalmente que la pelea es contra el socialismo, que la pelea es contra los estatistas, y comprendió perfectamente que la generación de riqueza proviene del sector privado. Es decir, el Estado no crea riqueza, el Estado la destruye. El Estado no puede dar nada porque no produce nada, y cuando lo quiere hacer además lo hace mal. Entonces, lo único que podría decirle es que redoble los esfuerzos en la misma dirección de defender las ideas de la libertad y de no darle tregua ni un solo segundo a los socialistas.
Nice. For those who couldn't see it, because the writer was popping up, he, as you see, he didn't speak English. Well, he spoke their language. In essence, he said to Donald Trump, keep on fighting against socialism. Don't give up. Don't give in. He said the state destroys wealth. Don't give an inch to the socialists. That's so deep and so true that I don't know what to tell you, but amen. Amen. Socialism will destroy you. It doesn't build. Look at our government right now. It's a socialist government. Ain't nothing getting better. Nothing. Zero nothing. And they constantly want to spend money on this program and that program and this program and weakening the people. So he said, Donald Trump, don't back down. Don't give an inch to socialism. And that's how it is when you fight this battle of good and evil. You cannot give an inch to evil. Not one iota of an inch. Have white people said to the blacks 70 years ago, no. Just no. You're going to have to earn your way, no excuses. I don't care what you got to say about slavery and all that mess. Oh, Jim Crow, the answer is no. You got to do what every race have done, and every race have been enslaved in one form or another. You got to get up and pull yourself out of your own hole. You're not going to make us feel guilty. We didn't do anything to you. No. No, you can't fight to go to our schools. No, you can't fight to live in our communities. You're going to have to earn it. Bring your message to our community. But the white people didn't say no. And the black mentality, not all, but most, is that of a socialist mentality now. Black people have the mentality of socialism only. And once in a while, you do run across one or two who tend to think like a capitalist, independent thinking, creating their own way, but that's rare. And it's starting to change a little bit now. They'll hear the truth. But I was there. I don't care what nobody, how they try to twist history or what they say. Black people were capitalists beforehand, before the Civil Rights Movement. They built their own wealth. They owned land. They had businesses. And it wasn't just all barbershops. But they had, and beauty salon, where they sell hair. It was real businesses. Not that a barbershop or a beauty salon is not a real business. I'm just saying. And they did their own thing. They didn't have leaderships over them. They thought and did for themselves. Even with the so-called Black Wall Street, they call Black Wall Street. When there was a fight between some of the whites and some of the black, and it was like a riot, tore it down, the blacks rebuilt it. You don't hear anything about that. And so as a result of the Civil Rights Movement, which was the worst thing that ever happened to the blacks other than abortion itself, it was the Civil Rights Movement. And if you doubt me at all, check out Uncle Tom 2. They lay it out for you. Uncle Tom 2. They lay it out for you. You've been lied to, folks. And that's what the devil does. He lied to your ego. And black people, you've been deliberately turned into a socialist group. And that's why it's so easy for y'all to beg and fight and take and want reparations and want affirmative action and all that, because that mentality has been passed down to you from your own folks for the last 70, give or take, years or so. Except for a few, some. Socialism does not work, and the blacks are a perfect living example of that. It doesn't work. According to the Wall Street Journal, today in America, there are nearly twice as many people working for the government, 22.5 million. See that? Socialism. Socialism. 22.5 million are working for the government. That's amazing to me. Then in all of manufacturing, 11.5 million doing their own thing, working in manufacturers. And that's only 11.5. Everybody else and their mama working for the government. Socialism. I remember when we were a nation of makers, not takers, but makers. Now we're a nation of takers and not makers. Remember one of the little Kennedy boys said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I haven't heard that in so long. It sounds beautiful now. Ask not. Ask us not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Isn't that something? Where is that? It reminds me of the women today, today's woman. She always asking a man what he can do for her. Take me on a trip. Buy me some clothes. Pay my rent. Give me this. Take me to an expensive restaurant. Remember when women were ashamed? They had class. They had style. And they were not just take a man's money like that because they knew that they would become sluts. Because the man would give them the money only for sex. It wasn't a free ride, and she knew it. And so she didn't want to be a slut, and so she wouldn't take it. She wouldn't even ask for it. And the men wouldn't even offer it, to be honest. That's gone. That's not what you can do for what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I want my America back. Bring back, oh, bring back my country to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my country to me. That was, some of you might remember the Louisville bank shooter. And there was a headline from the Washington Post. I mean, this is the headline from the Washington Post about the Louisville bank shooter. In Washington Post, Louisville bank shooter killed 5 people to highlight gun laws. Police report shows. Watch this from WLWT.
Insight into how the man who murdered 5 people at a Louisville bank planned his deadly attack. Investigators have been digging for answers ever since Connor Sturgeon opened fire at the Old National Bank on April 10th. Court records reveal Sturgeon live streamed the shooting on Instagram and that officers recovered the iPhone from his shirt pocket. Police say messages and notes from Sturgeon's phone show how he planned the shooting. They also found text messages to his girlfriend discussing his mental health. The Warrens also reference a manifesto recovered from his home, but it does not detail what he wrote in that note.
Amazing. So apparently this guy was a liberal. And they say he was trying to highlight gun laws, right? But here's a highlight from his manifesto from X.
Perhaps this is the impetus for change. Upper class white people dying.
Amazing. So apparently he thought the gun laws needed to happen, if I'm reading this right, so that upper class white people could die. But they didn't highlight that in the Washington Post story. And that's so interesting to me. Because white people, for no reason at all except jealousy, envy, and strife, most human beings, non-white people, are jealous of the whites. And because of that jealousy, which brings on envy and want to hurt them, people are jealous of the white people. As though you get rid of the white people, the world going to be better. It's not. Just look at, you're not replacing with anything better. I can see it that, and still wouldn't accept it, but if you were replacing it with something better. Remember when Black Lives Matter riots happened in America? Insurrection above this country? They didn't replace it with anything better. They had nothing to give. Nothing to give. They only made it worse. Look at the hoods. When the blacks leave the hoods and go into and whites let them into their neighborhoods, they turn them into ghettos. They don't make them better. I want my country back. 888-7753. 773-888-77-JESSE. I'll be back in a moment for your phone calls and super chats. Happy Thanksgiving. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without. because he will show you how to deal with it, and you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality.
Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. And he waiting on me. Yeah, he waiting on me. Oh, he waiting on me. Yeah, he waiting on me. Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. He waiting on me. Yeah, he waiting on me. Oh, he waiting on me. On me.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's Hassan. That boy know he's talented. That boy can sing. That's amazing. That's new.
What the? Yes, sir.
Is it out for sale and everything available?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, just Hassan, and the song is called God.
That's amazing, boy.
Thank you, man.
Who boy is that? Who dog is that? That ain't
Sandy.
That ain't Sandy for sure. Sandy gonna be ticked. Sandy gonna be ticked. Have Sandy seen that?
No, I don't want to traumatize him.
He gonna bite you. He gonna be like, what the?
And coming up soon, we have maybe we have a debut song coming, the JLP.
Oh, you want to announce it right now? Oh my God.
Working on some stuff.
That is amazing, though.
Thank
you better not let Sandy see that.
He's still sleeping off the Thanksgiving.
Sandy's going to be like, who is this? With the B word.
What the?
Come on, man.
Thank you, man.
Sandy's going to be like, who is this bitch? You hanging out with licking your hand and stuff in your movies. What the? Amazing. Anyway, the Hake report is coming up at 11 a.m. this morning. At 9 a.m., 9 to 11, after my show, right after my show, the Hake report. And then Joel Friday TV after the Hake report at 11 a.m. Joel Friday TV, he black. And then at 4 p.m., the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. At 4 p.m. Pacific time. You don't want to miss that. And there is no new episode of The Fallen State today due to the holiday, but Thanksgiving. No new episode of The Fallen State. But next Friday, if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, thefallenstate.tv. And you can support The Fallen State by going to thefatherstate.tv/donate, or on locals.com. Locals.com. So just click on the link in the description to support the work there. All right. And last but not least, you need counseling. We have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. By phone, Skype, or walk-in. You can make a reservation or appointment or whatever. Appointment by going to rebuildingtheman.com or calling 800-411-BOND. 800-411-2663. Let me go to Vernell, a first-time caller out of Nevada. Vernell, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
The reason I'm calling is I had a question because I know you mentioned a lot about returning to the Father and forgiving your parents.
Are you on a speakerphone or something, Vernell?
No. Can you hear me?
No, hold on, buddy. Do not hang up. There is some issue there. And Sean will check it out. Andres, and I'll come back to you, Vernell. Andres, welcome to the show out of North Carolina.
Hey, what's going on, Jess?
All is well. Hey, Andres, how you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I was just going to say that Happy Thanksgiving. How was yours yesterday?
It was amazing. I had steak and sweet potato.
Okay. Yeah, I had some good. Say what?
It was so good that I after the meal I flew over to Indiana, and I went out to the grave site where my mother's buried. I dug up the grave, opened the grave, and pulled her out of the casket and slapped her. And she's like, "What the?"
What the?
And I threw her back down in the grave. What?
Yeah. I was saying, did you put it back in there when you were done?
After I slapped her, I put her back in. I told her that steak was delicious.
God damn, man. You had to slap your mama for that steak, huh?
It was so good.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So, the last time I had called you, I was kind of like going back and forth with you about the, what you say is sometimes you may have to walk away from the kids,
yeah,
things like that. And that was just something that I did not agree with. I was like, you kept asking me, well, why would you split the child in half? And I was like, well, maybe he can take half of me and he can take half of his mama, but, he can navigate his way back to me, all this stuff. And you also always say, don't take my word for it. Just, as you navigate through life, just see it for yourself.
Yeah.
And I had court for my second son yesterday. That's the one that I'm having most of the issues with. And, man, I gave the mama everything, man. I gave the mama everything. It's been tough trying to be around, man. I went to co-parent counseling. I've had conversations with his mama. I did everything that I could possibly do, but it was just something yesterday in that court when she stood up and had a list full of lies.
Yeah. Telling
that judge, talking about, just along the lines of me abusing and neglecting my boy. And I'm telling that judge, Your Honor, I need more time. 2 days isn't enough. 2 days isn't enough. I need more time. The judge wasn't trying to hear it. Man, I just told the judge, because 2 days, Jesse, what it does, it frustrates my son.
Yeah.
Because the way I do things in my house and the way his mother do things at her house, there's no continuity. Me and his mother don't get along to talk like, hey, this is what's going on. So when he hears those 2 days, he just frustrated.
Yeah.
And, so I don't like to see my son frustrated like that. So I was like, okay, nah, I either need to get more time or I don't want no time.
Nice.
And I told the judge that. The judge looked at me like, what did you say? I said, Your Honor, if you're not going to give me a week, don't give me nothing. And, my son's mother proceeded to lie. I heard that judge say something about weekends. I said, Your Honor, you can stop right now what you're doing. I said, you can give her everything and don't give me nothing. And she was like, are you sure? I said, yes. And I walked up out of there. So So I didn't really have a question. I was just calling to tell you, man, with me trying to challenge you, as of right now, you're undefeated. Like, everything you say, man, I might not believe it right then.
Right.
But it always, it finds its way to circle back around. So, I guess that's all about wisdom, and I already been there. So, no question, no nothing. I just wanted to call you back and tell you that.
So you're done with the custody battle now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. I'm doing my silent prayer, everything. But it's, I recognize that piece of me that's saying, hey man, you should not have done that. Hey man, your son gonna need you. Hey man, blah, blah, blah. But another part of me also feels refreshed. I feel like some weight was lifted off of me because she was using it to get me out to get me out of my element. Right. And it works. With my kids, I'm not gonna tell no story. It works. And it took me a long time to get to that point. It took me months of contemplating, like, man, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? And it just happened, for real. It really just happened.
Well, and so you've learned what about yourself through this situation and about life?
So what I learned is my kids got a strong hold on me. That's what I learned throughout this situation. And another thing that I also learned is, like you said, when you got that uneasy feeling about something, they let you know right there where your anger lies.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of uneasiness about it. Still got it, even with my other kids. But even now with my other kids, I'm starting to learn how to let certain things go. So that it's kind of having a chain reaction in a positive way.
Yeah.
But I definitely learned, and I also learned that my lust for nature too, because that's what got me into this. And I see my lust for nature, and I learned a whole lot about this whole situation right here. It took me, and I've been through a lot with this one situation.
Yeah. The one thing that I just want to add to that is I want to just warn men again, is that, number one, everybody know that the court system is not for men, period. And then secondly, they know that the woman is going to make up lies. She's just going to lie. Yep. Because, and the proof is, any woman that would take the man to court to keep him away from his children and to keep the children away from the father is an evil woman. That's evil. You're fighting with the devil. And then the courts are on the side of the devil. They're not on the side of the children. They're not on the side of the man. They're not for what is right. They are on the side of an evil woman. And the woman is so evil, she doesn't care that she's destroying the children. She doesn't care that the fight is just between the father and her. She will destroy the children in order to destroy the man, because Satan is the woman's God. Until she's born again of the father, Satan is the woman's God, and the woman is the man God until he returns to the father. And if men were to understand that and only seek the kingdom of God in his right way along with nothing else, then they'll overcome the world. And if the woman decides, I'm going to take your children and mean destroying them, you're like, oh, okay, you can have them. I'm not going to cut the child in half. You can have it. Because you would overcome the world, and nothing or no one or anything would mean more to you than what is right. Then life will work for you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But the woman know that the children mean a lot to the father, and whatever's important to you, because she's always reading you to try to find out what she can do to control you and destroy you. And she know that the man love his children. That's the first thing she's going to go after is his children.
And even when I was saying that I wanted a week, I knew deep down that I still was going to be going through this fight.
Yeah.
Even if I would have had that week.
Yeah.
So I just wanted that week just to kind of like, I really, really wanted to like balance out what was going on, because, I don't want to get down into the weeds of what's really going on.
Right.
I'm just kind of scratching the surface, but I kind of wanted to balance out, my son's growth, but I just saw then that it was, even if I would have had him for more time, that was going to give her more ammunition.
Absolutely.
She walked in that courtroom, man, with a bound about as thick as an encyclopedia. I said, oh, she been waiting for this day. I didn't have nothing in my hand because I knew what I was going to do. If I didn't get more time, I didn't want nothing.
Yeah.
I told her, before we went to court, Jess, I was telling her I was really, really trying for nothing now. But I was like, I had a 5-hour conversation with this girl. And I was like, hey, I'm not going to go in there mudslinging. I said, I really, really want to, be a father to my son, that whole little spiel. And I honestly thought that she listened.
Nope.
Man, that girl came in there, man, with everything.
Yeah.
And then the lies that she told, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. She had the paper, the documents. The judge said, let him see it. I said, I don't even want to look at it.
Yeah.
I said, I don't even want to look at it. I said, take it. Get it away from me.
Nice.
And I stood up. I said what I said, and I got on up out of there, man. I gave her everything. I said, keep the child support. Keep everything. You got it. Go. Go. Go on about your life.
I can't tell you the number of men who are dealing with that right now. They've had to get a woman buku money for so-called child support and take care of her and all that crap. And yet, and even though the court said, okay, you can see your kid once a week or whatever, right? The woman still make it difficult to see the children. She's not going to work with the man, so, okay, you can come on and get him. She still make that difficult as well. The woman's heart is wicked. It's evil. I'm trying to tell you, the woman's heart is evil until she overcome by return to the Father. Satan works through the woman. The gates of hell is through the woman. And unless we understand this, men and women understand it, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
Most men, because I heard the mumbling in the back. Even when I was telling, when I was talking to some men about it, just trying to see what their thoughts were and XYZ about what I was going to do, they didn't agree. And when I said that in the courtroom, I heard a lot of mumbling in the back from men. Oh my God, he messed up now. Oh, he's gonna lose his rights. So that lets me know right there. And I was one of those men who men are scared to walk away from this type of stuff because of what may come with it. Are you a deadbeat, or the fear of how your son may turn out. That was me. I was kind of fearful about how my son may turn out. That boy carried my whole entire name.
Yeah.
So, there was something that was important to me. Like, man, I don't want this boy to grow to be a menace out here. And, I'm moving in the right direction. And then just years later, Andreas Anderson Jr. is out here doing some stuff.
Yeah.
So, that's what I was looking at. But, it took some time for me to actually just let that go.
You got to let it go, man. You got to let it go and let nothing, no thing. You got to overcome the world by not letting anything of this world, family members, children, wife, even yourself, material things, you overcome the world and nobody or nothing can control you. Nothing. They can't touch you when you overcome the world. And if you stay with the silent prayer, watch those thoughts, and just know that you are not the thoughts, you're not the feelings, you're not your body, and let layers and layers of identity be destroyed, then the world shall be yours. Yeah. You own the world. Yeah. But you got to overcome it in order for that to happen.
Yeah. That was a huge obstacle right there, though. That's why I had to call you. That was huge.
Yeah, most men feel that way. They're like, if I lose my kids, she's going to destroy my children. She's already destroying them. Even while you're fighting, trying to get them, the woman is destroying them by keeping them away from you, turning them away from you, and all that. It's already happened. You can't stop that.
Yep. And this is something that, like I said, I actually challenged you on this. But this is something that I saw for myself. So this ain't me just taking your word for it right here. This is something that I navigated. I navigated through life and figured out, you put the bug in my ear about it, but I didn't believe it. I'm like, man, I ain't leave my kids now. Now, just now. You're going too far with that one. I totally 100% disagree with you on that, but I came to the conclusion myself, as you always say, don't do it just because I'm saying it. Go figure it out yourself.
Right.
And I sure did, man. So, once again, I called to say thank you once again.
You're welcome, man. So now what I recommend, do what you want. You just work on you now. Work on, just watch and let go to work, do your job, whatever you're doing, practical stuff. But let go, and you're going to see all is well for you. It's going to be fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Amazing story, man. Now you see it. Once you see, you cannot unsee anymore. So now you know for yourself that it's true.
May I ask one more question before you go?
Yes.
So when you was just now, starting to take when you were starting to overcome the world, I know it may be, a natural thing to you now, but just what you said, you was 37 when you figured this stuff out?
38.
38?
Yeah.
Was it tough? Like, did you keep having these falls? Was it tough? Like, did you keep falling into the thoughts every now and again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you had to keep pulling yourself out of it?
That's a good question. What happened was God changed my heart. He took away the anger from my heart, right? And once he took away the anger from my heart, I was able to see. But what I didn't know is that my nature needed to change. And so, yes, I would still believe thoughts sometimes. I would find myself, because I didn't know at the time that I wasn't my thoughts. I thought I was my thoughts and feelings, right? And so I didn't know that. And so as I kept doing the silent prayer and watching and falling in out of thought, I would start to see that I wasn't my thoughts. I wasn't the vices. I wasn't that nature. And as you see, things are changing because it's God who's allowing you to see. So not only your heart has changed from anger to love, but your nature is changing from darkness to the light as well. Because anyone that has anger has the nature of the devil, which whatever you might be into, right? And that would change as well. So when you fall in and out of thought, don't argue with it. Don't call it good or bad, right or wrong. Just notice your inner thought and bring your mind back to your body. That's where the present is. And you are changing. It is happening. The light is getting rid of the darkness.
Okay. I sure appreciate it. I guess this answered the biblical question right here, what image I was trying to hold on to.
Let's see here.
Trying to hold on.
Who or what are you trying to hold together?
My image as a father. That's what it is.
That's so deep. Yeah, man, that's deep. I almost commented on it, but I will on that on Sunday. Stay with it now. You work on you. Forget about all that other stuff and just work on you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Amazing call, man. Thank you, Andres.
Yes, sir.
All right. Once you see it, folks, you cannot unsee. 888-7753-773. 2 more hours to go. When I come back, your phone calls and super chats. It's Open Line Friday. It's Thanksgiving. It's everything. Hake is coming in with the hate news, not the fake news, but the hate news. Back in a moment. Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature.
Riots erupted across Dublin, Ireland last night after an immigrant, a so-called immigrant, was accused of a mass stabbing attack, mostly of children. This is the end of hour one of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Express Yourself Friday, November 24th, 2023 AD. JLP will be right back. Hang tight, callers. There is one line open. You can call in right now. And JLP will get to you guys. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Drudge and Breitbart report in Ireland late Thursday evening as Irish citizens took control of the city's center following a mass stabbing attack where an immigrant man is accused of slashing 5 individuals near a school, 1 woman, 1 man, and 3 young children, including a 5-year-old girl. Don't know if they're alive or dead. They deployed the army and military vehicles, and the liberals are still running their dumb mouths. What a mess. According to reports, police confirmed that the suspect is an immigrant who has lived in the country for more than 2 decades. Wow. Police have not ruled out terrorism. After word spread of the attack, Irish citizens took to the streets to loot stores, assault police, and set fire to multiple vehicles on Dublin's O'Connell Bridge. Eventually, the rioters took control of the city's center. The city's tram system was also set on fire by rioters per footage. On X, Mr. Andy No posted a source who witnessed the rioting in Dublin, Ireland, sent footage to him. He said many Irish people have had enough of the violence, the sex crimes, and the housing issues caused by these so-called migrants. And the revelation that an immigrant suspect allegedly was responsible for that mass stabbing attack on children in the city center was a breaking point, per the source to Andy No. Also on X, Joe.ie posted that Garda Commissioner Drew Harris condemned the scenes of the riots as a hooligan faction driven by far-right ideology. Another X post by Radio Genoa quoted one native Irish as saying, "We are taking this country back. Believe it when I see it." After devastation of the Holiday Inn Express Hotel in Dublin, which houses the illegal immigrants. What a mess. On a bus that was set on fire, it was spray painted on the outside back of it with the word "out," maybe with an exclamation mark, posted on X by the Insider paper. The government deployed the army and armored vehicles per Revolver News and Matt 187, who claimed that the foreigner attacker suspect was Algerian. Worst unrest in decades, according to Drudge and Yahoo News and the far-left French outlet AFP. Mediaite reported that Conor McGregor, the MMA fighter guy, Irishman, he was railing against the Irish police commissioner following the Dublin riots, and he was railing really against a bunch of politicians and evil media people. He wrote on X, quote, "Innocent children ruthlessly stabbed by a mentally deranged non-national in Dublin, Ireland today," meaning yesterday. "Our chief of police had this to say on the riots and the aftermath. Drew, not good enough," because Drew was the one who said it was hooligan faction driven by far-right ideology, and I'm not going to call it terrorism at this point or speculate. "There is grave danger among us in Ireland that should never be here in the first place," said Conor McGregor, "and there has been zero action done to support the public in any way, shape, or form with this frightening fact. Not good enough. Make change or make way. Ireland for the victory. God bless those attacked today. We pray," said Conor McGregor, who is the Notorious MMA on X. The Notorious MMA is his at. In several posts, he was going off, wondering about the victim's state, condemning the weak men in the media who push this stuff and smear the whites, or the Irish anyway, and the people who don't like this invasion of their country, pushing for more of this evil, these liberals. By the way, an American Dream Mall, meanwhile in America, in New Jersey, East Rutherford, had a bomb threat this morning on Black Friday. It's Black Friday, guys. That means you go shopping and get deals, and they make money for once in the year. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
got to stand up strong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show already. Happy belated Thanksgiving. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. My biblical question for this week. And again, the questions are put there to encourage you for those who want to return to the Father, men and women of all races everywhere around the world who want perfect peace on earth, want to live a life of heaven instead of a life of hell. So they're put here to encourage you to think, to pay attention to yourself. Who or what are you trying to hold on to? Who or what are you trying to hold on to? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about at the beach, smashing, grabbing, whatever you might be doing, you can be listening to the show. You can podcast when you buy some fentanyl or whatever you're doing. Committing suicide or considering suicide when the rainbow wasn't enough. Whatever. You can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line on TalkScreen Live at 641-793-1500. That's 641-793-1500. All right? And don't forget to follow us, JLP Talk on X and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. Like, follow, ring the bell, subscribe. You can also podcast all the shows, all of them. All right? And donate and have your comments read out loud. Go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. All right? It's Friday. It's Get It Off Your Chest Friday. It's Open Line Friday. It is whatever is on your mind. Express yourself Friday.
You, Tom, like a mug. You need to go and get yourself bleached. Because everything you say about black people, and you're sitting up there looking like a tar baby.
It might sound like a semantics argument, but he's a gray alien.
I wonder if he's been smoking pot.
Dear Lord, bless the food that's in front of us. Thank you, dear Lord, for all the family that is around the table. And dear Lord, please, I emphasize please, find Jesse a job come Monday morning. Amen.
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 Yeah.
Amen.
Real funny, Dad. Made me look like a stupid idiot in front of the whole family.
No, we never discuss politics at the dinner table.
I don't care. I don't want him. Let's move on. We need somebody better than that. Like, I'm tired of him.
You want to know who's better than Trump? Actually, nobody.
Where we can all get along.
There's nothing wrong with saying great. Can't we all just get along?
Because you're a loser and you were the bane of her existence.
We don't get along. We're not getting along.
I've heard enough. Joe, you want to go up against me?
Oh my God!
Put wine glass in your face and on
The next time you put your head down and you off guard, motherfucker.
His name is Charles. Come on, can we all just get along?
A mess. Can we all just get along? What a mess. Talk about who or what are you trying to hold together, huh? Let me show you this real fast. And an example of they know not what they do. Remember Christ said to the Father, think about that. Christ said to the Father, forgive them, they know not what they do. And yet there are dumb Christians who are believing that Christ was God. Christ is God. He said, if he were God, he wouldn't say, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. He would just say, I forgive y'all. Y'all know what you're doing. Y'all know not what you do. I forgive you. But he asked the Father to forgive them. And the Christian called Jesus God. And Jesus said, don't worship me. Why y'all carrying on? Why y'all acting that way? It's not me. It's the Father in me. It's the Father who sent me. My daddy and I are one. He didn't say me, myself, and I are one. He said, my daddy, my father, and I are one. And the Christian call him God. And then they try hard to make him God. They even come up with fancy, nice-sounding words. The deity. You don't believe in the deity? I'm like, oh, my dear. The deity of Christ. They make up all these words, and yet they suffer. They have fear. They have anger. They're lonely. They have suicidal thoughts. They are revengeful. They are unforgiving. They have no love. But they know about the deity. Jesse, do you believe in the deity of Jesus? I'm like, oh, my dear. What now? You don't believe Jesus is God. Thank God I don't believe that. I'll be stuck like you are. But anyway, they know not what they do. Here's an example of that. ABC. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was temporarily halted when a group of about 30 pro-Palestine protesters ran into the streets and glued themselves to the pavement. Watch this from ABC and Independent.
Breaking news, and this is something that we told you was a possibility that was going to happen. We have been told that a small group of pro-Palestinian demonstrators have glued their hands to the parade route. This is at 49th and 6th specifically. I believe this is the shot of the scene there right now. It has temporarily paused the parade. It has impacted the parade, so they're on it. They're on high alert.
Palestine and planet. Liberation. Liberation for Palestine and planet. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
What the? They know not what they do. They need to be arrested but make all that mess in the streets. All that paint and stuff. And they look white, but they might be Palestinian, but they look white. And white people don't be helping the other people destroy it because you are the most hated one. They hate you more than they hate the Jews, to be honest. Look at the white world and see who is under attack. So maybe those Palestinians out there doing that mess, they know not what they do. And one guy, he had glued his hand to the pavement, and they were trying to pull it up. He's screaming, "What you yelling for? That's stupid to put your glue on." Think about that. Now you know you're dumb. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to put glue on your hands You're going to put it on the pavement. You're going to stick it to the sidewalk there on the pavement, and now they got to pull you up. What do you expect to happen? What do you think? Oh, they're going to leave me here? You're in the way of the parade, dummy. They've been brainwashed. They're fighting over a war that has nothing to do with them. They're not going to gain one iota of anything from it. They have been brainwashed to take a side. And they don't even know why. The little chanty songs sound good, huh? It's just a thrill. That's all it is for them. And the ones who have brainwashed them to go out there to get the thrill, they're making the money and the perceived power. While you're looking silly. You ain't going to gain nothing from that. Just think about that. Messing up your life, your career, and everything. That's all you're doing, destroying your own life. And you're too stupid to see it. Because the thrill feels better at the moment. And when the thrill is gone, nothing is left. Now you got to look for more thrill. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. Gone away from me. The thrill is, when the thrill is gone, you got to find more thrill. Breitbart reporting that another activist even included some climate change messaging. There is an ongoing genocide, and our planet is dying. Lord have mercy. If ever we needed you, Lord, it's now. Folks, there is an evil. There is a devil. And other devils are brainwashing you in order to control you. And you go out and fight a battle that they have created for personal gain, and you don't get nothing from it but a thrill. And you go home at night and you cry. You go home at night when the thrill is gone and the lights are out, and you cry. You're lonely. You have fear. What can I do next for another thrill? I know I'll glue myself to tomorrow I'm going to glue myself right in the middle of the streets.
What the?
All for the thrill of, because that's all you're getting. Think about it. The people who are protesting ain't getting nothing. They're not getting anything from it except a thrill. The people who agree with them, oh, you so nice. You out here too? Lord bless you, child. And then you go home, and at night you cry. At night you're lonely. At night you got to get high or drunk or something to forget. Looking for another thrill. And the people pat you on the back and they tell you how wonderful you are. You did a great job, they say. And then you cry some more. Then you're lonely some more. And then they give you a trophy. This award go to Mama Joe for destroying the streets, destroying businesses. And you laugh, and they applaud, and then you go home at night with your little trophy. You look at it, you set it on the dresser drawer there or hang it on the wall, and then you cry. Then you're lonely. Then you have fear. Then you feel like nothing. And you're looking for another thrill. I know I'll get me a different woman. I'll make babies with another woman. And you go out and make babies. And then you cry some more. Something is wrong with life. It's not working, you say. But instead of looking within, you look without, never finding that peaceful place. The kingdom of heaven is within, it's not without. There's nothing no body, no thrills, no pat on the back, no applause, no money, no living quarter, nothing that's going to give you peace. You can have a dozen women and a dozen, like those black Israelite folks. You have a dozen women and a dozen babies, and you still cry at night. You look over, she's laying there snoring. Or she looks over, and you're laying there snoring, and then you cry. Who is this? How did I end up with this one? I thought this was going to bring me peace. And then you cry some more. You must be born again of the Father. When God said all who are born of the woman must be born of the Father, it wasn't a joke. Ain't nothing else going to work but that. All the hooping and hollering in the churches ain't going to do it. Reading the word ain't going to do it. Praying to the devil, pretending you're praying to God, ain't going to do it. Becoming a star ain't going to do it. You must return to the Father. And the mothers, until they overcome, they work overtime, undertime, around time. They spend time trying to figure out how to keep you from the Father, from your earthly father. And it's not them, but it's the hell in them. It's their God in them, Satan. He's causing them to do it. And you go to court and you fight with them over your children because you're emotionally tied to them too, and it controls you. You're getting a false sense of identity from it, and you call yourself daddy. I'm their father. I'm their daddy. Oh, I don't care what happened. I'm going to court and fight for them. And then you lose. Because even if you do get visitation right, the daughter of the devil makes sure that doesn't work out for you. You riot in the streets. You do all that. That ain't working for you at all. It's just a thrill. The battle is a spiritual battle. And then these people of color going into the white world, Western worlds. They look over, they see bright lights, big cities, they're like, what the? I want that. And they go over illegally and some even legally, and they destroy the bright lights. Because the problem with them, they take their problems with them. And then they cry at night. I believe I heard Hake mention this on the Hake report. These people fight over climate change because somebody else told them to fight over climate change. They can tell you what that even means. Don't worry about the weather. God got the weather. If it's changing every year, winter, spring, summer, and fall. And ain't nothing nobody can do about that. If you want to help, don't throw paper on the ground. Put it in the trash. You don't need someone to tell you that. And don't wear your pajamas on the airplane. Put on some clothes like you got some sense. And they go into the white world and they attack the white man after he allows them to go into his world, his beautiful world, and they destroy it. Riots in Ireland. Same thing that's happening here. This is from X. Irish Prime Minister says the government is very white. The government is very white, and for some reason now that's against the law. You could be very black. The government can be very black. It could be very Mexican color. It could be very Chinese color. It could be very Asian color. It could be very whatever else color they have. But anything but very white. Anything but very white. That's too white. The Irish Prime Minister says the government is very white, and that it very much need to change. The government is very white, and it needs to change. To what? To dark hell. Watch this from X.
One thing I strongly agree with the deputy on is the need to set a target to have a number of people from ethnic minorities in areas of the public service. We have a health service that's very diverse, although less so as you go up towards the senior positions, not so much in the Gardaí, not so much in the Defence Forces, not so much in the education sector, as the deputy mentioned, not at all in the civil service, which is very white, including the Department of Equality, for example, and that actually needs to change. So we need to have, I think, a target for people who come from ethnic minority backgrounds, but also dedicated recruitment campaigns to encourage people, because we do need a generation of young people growing up in Ireland who are people of colour to see black and brown school principals, judges, Cian Corla perhaps in the future. Who knows?
Isn't that amazing? Tell the black and brown people to go back home and do it what they can do in their own homeland. A white man, he seemed white, saying that it's very white, and that needs to change. That doesn't make sense to me. They don't like you. Even though you're agreeing with them, they still don't like you. And they'll come after you. Stupid idiot. That's why your country is beautiful, because it's very white. If it were very any other color, it would be very beautiful. What the? Why do you think the people of color enter into your land? It's very white, it's very beautiful, and it works. Think about this. You have black people, some black people, who think they're the Jew. They're the real Jews. And they call themselves the Black Israelites or something like that. They really think that, but ain't nothing around them to imply that they're the Jew. They don't own nothing. They don't make nothing happen. Their women control them. They think they have to have more than one and can't even have no one. And yet they think they're chosen one. So God chose you, right? And you became a ghetto person. What kind of God would do that? But they're just trying to make themselves feel better than the white man, rather than doing for themselves. It's okay to be black. Just don't identify with it, because it's not who you are, by the way. And this dumb man, the Irish Prime Minister, needs to be fired. Right, as soon as he said that, there should have been a sign, you're fired. Remember how Donald Trump used to fire those folks on his TV show? You're fired! Because you're not going to keep our country going. What the? It's too white. It's very white. Like, that's a problem. Revolver is reporting that tension and civil unrest mounting in Ireland. Oh, but it's very white. Mountain in Ireland aftermath. Mountain in Ireland in an aftermath of immigrant Algerian knife attack against multiple children. What about the children? Watch this compilation.
Síochána continue to investigate all of the circumstances of a serious assault which occurred on Parnell Square East shortly after 1:30 p.m. this afternoon, Thursday the 20th of November 2023. Preliminary indications are that a male attacked a number of people on Parnell Square East. 5 casualties have been taken to hospitals in the Dublin region. These casualties include 3 young children, an adult female and an adult male.
Yeah.
You let them in your country. You say it is too white. This is what they do. This is like in all the white, not all, I don't think, but most of the white countries, the white people are speaking the same language and they're being destroyed. The people that are pretending that they're trying to help or to show love to are robbing them, killing them, raping them, breaking into their businesses, burning down their property. Oh, but it's too white. These people are coming from S-hole countries. And they're bringing their S-hole values with them. And you just, you join forces with them. You're joining forces with the devil. In your own land. Y'all come on in my house, let's destroy it. Doesn't that look like America? You have white people in this country doing the same thing. And all for the thrill of it. They feel good about it. Oh, now they can really help the people of color. They so mad. Tell them to go back home if they're that mad. If they are that mad, go back home. Bye. The Guardian has reported that Ireland police chief has warned that far-right radicalization will continue to disrupt the country. So he called that mess far-right radicalization instead of talking about the illegal aliens and the immigrants who are there creating these problems. And it's being reported that those are anti-immigrants. Anti-immigration white people rioting. White people getting fed up in their own country. What do you expect to happen? And whites, I want to warn you, stay away from anger so you can fight in the right way, because they'll get you angry and then you go out fighting in the wrong way and they'll lock you up. And they'll bring in the socialist people and create a socialist environment around you. Overcome the anger and you'll see how to fight, when to fight, if you need to fight in the right way. But I would suggest let the Lord fight your battle, and the victory shall be yours. If I hold my peace and let the Lord fight my battles, then I know the victory shall be mine. Can I hear waiting on God? Waiting on God, waiting on God. Waiting on God, waiting on God.
Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. And He waiting on me. Yeah, He waiting on me. Oh, He waiting on me. Yeah, He waiting on, yeah, He waiting on, yeah, He waiting on me. Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. Waiting on God, waiting on God, waiting on God, yeah. And He waiting on me. Yeah, He waiting on me. Oh, He waiting on me. Yeah, He waiting on, yeah, He waiting on, yeah, He waiting on me.
On this side of heaven, I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, They have rough lives. They're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand. I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Waiting on God, yeah. He's waiting on me. Amazing. Listen, it's holiday season, right? And everybody at Mama requested shout-outs from me here. Personal shout-outs. And if you would like a personal shout-out, go to cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson, cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. Birthday shout out, wedding, anniversary, congratulations, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever encouragement. I do them myself for you. A personal shout out at cameo.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And subscribe and follow the JLP Radio Network. We're on YouTube and Instagram right now. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Don't walk. Run. Don't walk. Amazing things are in store for you. You're going to love it. And thank you all for your support for it. And check out our merch at rebuildingtheman.com/store. rebuildingtheman.com/store. Let me go quickly. There's one line open at 888-77-53773. Henry is a first-time call out of Minnesota. Henry, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How are you?
All is well.
So, probably been listening to you for a year or so, and this is the first time I've been able to. I can hear what you're saying. I guess the anger message is the key for me. Once I understood where that came from and how to get rid of it, and as a man, I thought it was masculine bravado. You know, I kind of need it as an edge type thing. But once it's gone. Then things start to get clearer.
Nice.
But I'm still holding on to the idea of a warm, loving relationship with the female. You know, that's kind of stuck in my core. You know, I had a pretty good childhood and nice family and all that stuff. So I, didn't think much was wrong. Anyway, I keep thinking about going back to this, developing a relationship with a lady
that you've already been with.
Oh yeah.
So you're thinking
currently no. Oh, in the past, yes.
You're thinking about going back to develop a relationship with her?
With a new or different woman. I've been single for a while.
And where did you get the idea from that being with a woman is going to be romance and love and what you're looking for?
High school, college, I understand now. I had no responsibility. Couldn't,
Yeah.
really.
Has it ever worked before?
No.
And since it didn't work before, and you tried to make it work, right?
Nah, not really.
You didn't. Oh, you didn't want it.
Well, you're too young. You don't know.
Right.
You don't understand male, female. You don't understand the world, how it works.
Where are you getting the idea from that? That's what you want or need.
I see with my eyes attractiveness, and I think, wow, that would be nice to have around, to embrace, be affectionate with, that kind of thing.
But so all you're looking for is sex in that. Because once a man has sex with a woman, he don't know what to do with her when he's done.
That's true.
So all you're thinking is sex. And sex ain't love. And sex is not what she's looking for either. She's looking to be hugged, and you're looking to have sex. And once you have sex, the last thing you want to do is hug her. You want to go to sleep.
Yeah, but then I wake up, and then I want to hug her again.
Right, for sex.
I guess, yeah, sure, that's where it ends up.
That's where it's always end up for the man. And the woman is looking for a father's love. She is not looking for some man that's looking for her for romance and sex. And romance and sex is just an idea in your head, and you must let go of all ideas so that life can work naturally for you. Because you're going to find that if you keep looking, but all you're going to find is hell. There's no peace in it at all.
So I'm telling myself that I have some, I don't know, maturity or wisdom, or I would handle things differently, and then things would work out better.
And you're not telling yourself that. The devil's telling you that. This is what you need. You're in a cell right now in your imagination. You're living in jail. You're living in a cell. And you're going around in that cell looking for answers to life. And you're asking and getting answers from the wrong person, the spirit of evil. And he's going to always give you the wrong answers, making you think that the next one will be better. Oh, that one didn't work. You need this. That didn't work. Try this. Oh, how about this? And you keep consulting with the devil, and you're going to always end up getting the wrong answers. You get in hell and not heaven. You got to not trust thoughts, ideas, and feelings. You're looking for the kingdom of heaven. You're looking for a return to the Father, but Satan is telling you that you're looking for something else, so you will not return to the Father and find peace. And then he will add into your life what you should have and what you need. Because of yourself, you don't have no clue what you want, what you need, or what you should have. You have no idea. You're supposed to only seek the kingdom of heaven in his right way. And all will be added to you. It'll be perfect.
And over time, it seems like after the anger is dissipated, then things get better. So then I think, well, I have more, I don't know, attention to give a relationship, or it would add to things that are going well right now.
And that's not you thinking that. That's the devil telling you that. You know what? You have forgiven. You have peace now. Go get you a woman. Go get love. Yeah. And you get one that'll be pure hell. You're still listening to the devil. You have not believed or have not seen clearly that all thoughts are all lies about all things. No such thing as a true thought. The ones that make you feel good tell you, oh, you need a loved one now. Or the ones that tell you, you're awful, you're no good, whatever. All thoughts are all lies all the time, and you don't believe it yet. You don't see it.
Okay. I can tell you that makes sense to my head, but not my, I guess, heart.
But your heart is your head right now. Because if you were listening to the Spirit of the Father, you wouldn't consider what thoughts are telling you right now at all. You're worshiping the devil when you listen to thoughts. When you believe them, you're believing into it.
Is that kind of, do you see it as like a vice? Because it's very romantic. It feels wonderful, you know, all that stuff.
It is a vice. It's the nature of the devil. And you need a brand new nature. And if you stay in the light, you stay in the present instead of going into the past or the future and you're being divided, then you will see what's going on. You want to be whole. You want to stay present so you can always be one and not divided. And then you overcome the vices. And if God does put a woman in your life, it'll be a perfect relationship that would last until death do you part. You would not have to lift one iota of a finger to make it work, because you can't make relationships work. Either they work on their own, or they don't work at all.
Oh my! So you can't read books and study and learn and try and figure out how things should be better. And
too much learning destroys the soul. Look at all the learned people. They're destroyed. They have degrees up the yang-yang, and they are dumber than a doorknob. They are destroyed. There's nothing wrong with reading, but don't read to remember. Don't read to fulfill the intellect. Don't read to live off reading. You want to live off the light, live by the light. And that's inside of you. Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
I believe so, yes. She's passed.
When you say you believe so, why do you believe you have forgiven her?
I don't harbor anything against her. I've heard what you said as far as what happened to her, how the Spirit made a home in her and me, and so I can't harbor anything against that.
And how about your father?
He's passed too, same thing.
Good. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Not every morning and not every night.
And why not?
I try to remind myself during the day to stay in the present, and then it's interesting, I can kind of hear your voice, if you will, you know, and I hear, you know, the not you, and for me, it's a missing piece of the puzzle. This is key.
I would recommend that you do the silent. God said to seek Him early, right? You do the silent prayer every morning when you first wake up, and then during the day, practice keeping your mind where your body is. If you find yourself thinking about getting married or finding some woman, or you're thinking about the past or the future, whatever, that you bring your mind back to where your body is so you can be present. And all answers, all life, all solutions, everything is in the present. It's not in the past or the future, which doesn't exist anyway. It's just an illusion.
Okay. So if I see an attractive person in the present and I want to approach her and say hello, and I should just let that pass.
If you see a woman you want to talk, say, hey, how you doing? And maybe go hang out or whatever, do it, but don't call her your woman, your girlfriend, or your wife. Be yourself and see where it goes. Don't put a title on it. And do not spend your money on her. If you do take her to dinner, you can pay for dinner, but don't be all expensive dinner and all that crap trying to impress her, because you're being set up in that way. And you make the woman expect you to treat her like she's a queen, and then when you get with her, she's going to turn into the devil.
Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with dating, so you learn how to deal with women, but you got to deal with them in realness and not in fakeness, because that fakeness is setting you up to be destroyed once you get with her. And she know you're being fake because you're catering to her. It's not like a surprise. She know that you're worshiping her, and she'll let it happen because her ego she can't say no to it.
So you can't just have I don't know, are you either worshiping her or the Father? There's no blending there as far as, and I'm not saying worship her, but, enjoy the company of blah, blah.
You can enjoy, but don't get a sense of identity from it.
Meaning?
Don't feel like you're the king and she's the queen. Don't be all...
Are you kidding? Come on, man. You have no ego? I'm the man. Dude.
But any man that has ego has the nature of the woman, which is the nature of the devil. That's why you must be born again of the Father. Egos must die because they are the nature. Egos are the nature of the devil. It's all about self. It's never about anyone else but self. When women destroy men's children by keeping the children from the father, it's about her. It's about self. It's never about the children.
Oh, I see that. I see that loud and clear.
Yeah, it's the same spirit.
Okay.
So do the silent prayer.
I also see these other men out there, and I think they're weak because they're not following a masculine ego.
There's no such thing as masculine ego. Ego is feminine. A masculine ego has no feeling. It's a dispassionate person because that's the spirit of God. A passionate person is the spirit of the devil.
A what person is a spirit of the devil?
A passionate person.
Passionate.
They have
no passion.
I'm sorry?
No passion?
Right. But you can't make yourself not have it. You got to overcome it, which meaning that you got to overcome the spirit of your mother because that would pass on to you from her.
Okay, that's a lot. Appreciate it.
But take it one step at a time and just watch it. And some of this, if you don't believe me, you don't see it yet, you may have to go through hell to wake up. But watch it, do the silent prayer so you can see for yourself.
Again?
And
I got to do that again?
What?
Go through hell again?
You don't have to, but you may choose to.
Right.
But you don't have to. You can have paradise right now and forever and always.
In the present.
Yes.
Wow. The light is in the present.
100%.
Wow. Yep.
It's not in the future and it's not in the past. It's in the now. Right here, right now, eternal life.
Yep. I got that part of it.
I wish you well, Henry. Call me again, man.
Will do. Thanks, Jesse.
All right, buddy. I have a cousin named Henry. Hey, Henry Lee, how you? His name Henry Lee. Jesse Lee, Henry Lee, Susan Lee, Rosa Lee. My grandmother name is Rosa Lee. My sister name is Susan Lee. My cousin name is Henry Lee. My name is Jesse Lee. What the? Were they giving out Lees down there or something? This the country? Super chat. Super chat.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hake.
Happy Good Friday, I guess. Or happy Black Friday, whatever it is.
I'm surprised black people letting white people say Black Friday.
I know. Has nothing to do with them either.
But just because you said black, they're going to think you meant them.
Yep.
Why it have to be a dark Friday? Well, let me not give them any hints.
It's become pretty dark because people act out.
Wait on God, wait on God.
Someone bought you 5 coffees, no message, thank you.
Thank you.
No Mo Thoughts bought a coffee, biblical question answer.
Who or what are you trying to hold together? Who or what are you trying to hold together?
Probably my identities. Oh, the vanity. I see it myself. One of them might be that I like shooting guns. I'm not sure I'm ready to let that hell go, so I justify being a good shot with it just being practical. Do you have a favorite caliber? I remember you said earlier you shot squirrels or something back in Alabama.
I did. When I got my first rifle, F-15, never had a gun before, right? But F-15, you get a gun in Alabama. I went out to the wood. I looked up in that tree and I saw that squirrel up there. I shot it and killed it. It fell out. I brought it home and had dinner. I was so happy I killed it. The first shot, never shot a gun before, and the first shot, and it happened.
Right on.
I didn't have to go to IRA to learn how to shoot a gun.
Nice.
Common sense showed me how. But it was amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
What caliber was it?
I don't remember.
22?
It was a rifle.
Probably 22.
It was a long rifle.
Did it have a lot of kick?
It looked like a BB gun. But it was a real gun.
Yeah.
I don't remember all that. I went into the caliber thing.
Did it have a kick?
I don't remember that either.
It didn't knock you on your rear?
No, it did not.
Anyway, Don is now a member on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
He says, I like how boldly Jesse asks for money, but because I'm so cheap, I refuse to give anything more than $5. Well, appreciate that $5 per month.
$5. Thank you. Amazing. Give what your heart will allow you to give.
And as a member, that's an auto donation, $5 a month. That's cool.
Thank you.
WD41 donated a lemon saying amazing. I mean a diamond.
Amazing. Thank you.
We don't name the lemons. Adam bought a coffee saying, hey, Jesse, if you may answer this as PG-13 as possible. So the answer is how to make boys first is you have to do it right. Right?
You definitely have to do it right.
Danny Moore bought a coffee. Hi, Jesse and the lads. Another observation. Even the devil comes into practical thoughts like deciding on what to eat because it tastes nice, but it will destroy your body. Have you noticed women bake all the high carbohydrate, sugary foods that destroy you, and the men do meat on the barbecue, which build you and turn you into, gosh darn, he said something else, sexual tyrannosaurus, strong arm emoji for Hake, winky face emoji.
That's why God said, do all things in moderation. If you do it in moderation, it wouldn't be an issue. So watch that. Thank you.
Raul G bought 7 coffees. Shout out to Uncle Tom 2. Great film.
Uncle Tom 2 is amazing. Check it out.
After a month of observing, the Free Palestine thing feels like BLM. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, 100%. It's the same ego. I don't care what anyone says. It's the same ego. It's just for the thrill of it. Amazing. Thank you.
Very generous donation from Gen C, 50 coffees. JLP Bond, New Equipment Fund. Great job on the song, Hassan. God bless everyone at Bond and all the JLP listeners, even the haters. Side-eye emoji, smiling.
Amazing. That's right. Amazing. Thank you.
Someone bought a coffee. Jesse, a friend of mine, forgave his son for all the trouble he caused while he was growing up, but now they have an amazing relationship. He sends his thanks for the message.
Right on. Thank you. We got to take a quick break. Thank you all very much. We'll finish these when we come back. We will finish when we come back. A quick break. 1 more hour to go. The Hake news right now, not the fake news, but the Hake news. And what is Hake wearing today? Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. You know, freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow, to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free, just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
A white man hater and a 2A hater, Second Amendment hater. You heard about this hour. on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, also covered by the Anchor Baby on Wednesday. I have some more details for you guys. And this is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Express Yourself Friday, November 24th, 2023 AD. Last hour of Get It Off Your Chest Friday coming right up. There is one line open. You can call in, and JLP will get to you. But first, Hake News on Fake News. We'll also read the rest of the Super Chats in the next hour, I do believe. Revealed, Louisville mass shooter targeted rich white people, and that's a quote, to protest the Second Amendment, per his manifesto, reported the Post-Millennial via Revolver News. Perhaps this impact for change, upper-class white people dying. The great footage shown by the Anchor Baby this week, by the way, Wednesday, 11/22/23, the 22nd of November, 2023, Anchor Babies for thee, but not for me. Bad Day for Catholics, that was the name of his episode, about this 25-year-old male who's dead now. Connor Sturgeon shot up the Louisville Bank April 10th massacre at the Old National Bank, April 10th, several months ago. The dad's pathetic, as we saw on that Anchor Baby show, but seemed to hint at taking a little bit of responsibility. The mother, not at all. Very typical. Mother seemed to run the show there. Previously worked at that bank, Connor did, before he killed them. He gunned down and killed 4 of his former co-workers, and 1 police officer, and injured 9 others before being killed himself in a police shootout. On April 10th, 25-year-old Connor Sturgeon walked into Old National Bank, East Main Street, near the Louisville Slugger Field and Waterfront Park, and he killed 5 people. He filmed the massacre on Instagram Live. Reportedly had texted his friend prior to the shooting saying he was feeling suicidal and would shoot up that bank. Sturgeon had a middle-class upbringing in Floyd's Knob, Indiana, where he was a star basketball player at Floyd Central High School. He attended the University of Alabama and studied at its Manderson Graduate School of Business. So he was going to get like a MBA type of a thing or something. The young man's first supposed journal entry, dated April 3rd, discusses this Connor Sturgeon guy himself, who had a history of suicidal ideation and so-called mental health issues, viewing his life as meaningless, and he wanted to make an impact and affect change. He listed off issues that had been impacting him, supposedly, such as inflation, climate disaster, okay, buddy, gun access, lack of so-called mental health care, and politicians with no interest in helping people. Give me a break. That's not a politician's job. That's according to police documents. Deluded, brainwashed by the liberals. And his mama. The next journal entry dated April 4th, the day he purchased the firearm used to carry out the attack. It was centered around his plan to kill rich white people. And that's a quote. In order to teach them a lesson about the need for stricter gun laws, he hated the Second Amendment. I have decided to make an impact. These people did not deserve to die, but because I was depressed and able to buy guns, they are gone. Perhaps this is the impact for change. Upper-class white people dying. What a mess, huh? He continued writing phrases such as, I'm so tired of fighting. I don't think I am a terrorist or a monster. I may be a psycho. If we want change, it will take enormous action. I'm definitely very sick. Talk about all thoughts are lies, huh? He's also wrote, oh my gosh, this is so easy. Except he said God. And he lied his way into getting a gun, 4 magazines, 120 rounds for about $700. Pretty cheap. And he was bashing the NRA over his evil delusion and violence. What a mess, huh? Amazon is hitting a strike and protest, getting strikes and protests across Europe from today, Black Friday, through Monday. In Germany, England, France, Spain, Italy. It's a mess. They want to unionize. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 3.
Men have got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Thanksgiving's a day to be grateful for all we have and all those we share this day with.
And we want you to know how thankful we are for each and every one of you, our California community.
You know, the California spirit of community is embodied in our shared humanity and our propensity for giving back, and it's seen throughout our state. On days like today, we see it in our food banks and our shelters and the homes of those who gather to give thanks to one another.
We also take time today to acknowledge the complicated history of this day and celebrate the Native peoples of this land who have made and continue to make immeasurable contributions to our state and nation in the face of unimaginable odds. We are building a more equitable California where we can all thrive together.
So as we start the holiday season, let us remember that we all have a lot more in common than we think. Let's embrace our loved ones, seek connection with each other, and of course, enjoy some pie.
Happy Thanksgiving, California.
That's so phony, not even funny. Socialist. The native. What the native doing besides getting drunk?
What the?
And gambling. That's so phony. Thank you for socialism. Uniting, that was the so-called governor of California, his little stupid wife. Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. What the? You can get involved, and the guys out there answering the phones. I know Sean is here in the studio. They'll get to the phones in a minute. Somebody out there will for sure. You can get involved by calling 888-7753, 778-888-77-JESSE. Jesse, Jesse. My biblical question, who or what are you trying to hold together? Who or what are you trying to hold together? And if you're out and about, you're busy, you can listen to the show, you can podcast, but you can listen while you're doing what you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing. And wherever you are doing it, we are heard around the world by everybody and their mama. But you can be listening on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500, 641-793-1500. All right? And we have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com /show. JesseLeePeterson.com /show. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You got to know how to rumble.com /JesseLeePeterson and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. Like, follow, ring the bell, subscribe, and all that. And to get your comments read out loud, donate and have your comments read out loud at buymeacoffee.com /JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com /JLP Talk and rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuilding the Man. It's Friday. It's Open Line Friday. It's the last hour of the show on Friday. It is Express Yourself Friday.
You Tom like a mug. You need to go and get yourself bleached because everything you say about black people and you're sitting up there looking like a tar baby.
It might sound like a semantics argument, but he's a gray alien.
I wonder if he's been smoking pot.
Dear Lord, bless the food that's in front of us. Thank you, dear Lord, for all the family that is around the table. And dear Lord, please, I emphasize please, find Jesse a job come Monday morning. Amen.
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 Yeah.
Amen.
Real funny, Dad. Make me look like a stupid idiot in front of the whole family.
No, we never discuss politics at the dinner table.
I don't care. I don't want him. Let's move on. We need somebody better than that. Like, I'm tired of him.
You want to know who's better than Trump? Actually, nobody.
Where we can all get along.
There's nothing wrong with saying great.
Can't we all just get along? Because you're a loser and you were the bane of her existence.
We don't get along. We're not getting along.
I've heard enough. You want to go up against me? I want you to do
Oh my God!
I put wine glass in your face and all the next time you put your head down and you off guard, motherfucker.
His name is Charles.
Happy Thanksgiving.
That's anger for you. And they say anger is good. What a mess. I was still thinking about that stupid governor of California and his wife. Up that line. Just lying. So Sean is here. My producer, I can't see his face, but he over there behind that. Thank you. You don't want to let that down a little bit. Bend it. There you go. My producer and produces an amazing show. So I want to show you a little Thanksgiving something. A little something. I got to say congratulations to John. And John did something that's so amazing, made me want to move back to Alabama. What did John do?
John harvested a nice buck this year.
Amazing.
Yes. My dad harvested a nice buck, nice big, beautiful one. There it is right there.
Wow. Your father did that?
Yes, he did.
John is your daddy.
He is.
And John.
Congratulations.
And he, I was told that's the first time he ever done that.
Yeah, he's shot a doe before, but this is the first buck for him.
Oh, man.
Yep. We all just started hunting pretty recently. You know, maybe 6-7 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, that's another picture of it.
Of the doe?
Yeah, that's the buck.
Oh, that's the buck.
See about eight points, maybe eight and a half. 8.75.
Wow. Will he be putting the horn things on the shelf?
Right. Yep.
Nice.
Put them on the wall. And then the last picture is that's the blind he was sitting in.
Oh.
So that's the area where he sat. You know, you get up early before sunrise. You sit there. It's all quiet, and then you watch the sun come up, and then you just wait.
White people are a mess.
Isn't that amazing?
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? So that mesh you see there, the clear, you can shoot right through that. So you put that up, and they can't see in, but you can see out.
Oh, you shoot through that?
Yeah.
Not over it.
You can do either, but if you had it up, they can't see in, but you can see out.
That way they can't run.
Right, so as far as they know, there's just nothing there.
I see the deers on the road.
No, it's an illusion. That's a bush.
Oh, way over there?
Yeah, he's just sitting out, on the side of a field.
Oh, that's not deer, huh? Oh,
No.
Right there. Oh,
No, that's a bush.
Behind that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's bush.
So he had some venison for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So did I, actually. I bought it at the store. But
that look like Alabama.
Yep. That's New York.
That make me homesick.
Yep.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yep.
Nice. Well, congratulations, John.
Yep.
That's amazing. He probably going to hang out there all hunting season now, huh?
Yeah, still plenty of time left.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some hunting when I go back.
Amazing.
Nice and cold up there.
Upstate New York.
Yeah, so there's 5 reservoirs in the central New York, and they feed New York City with tap water. So they send all that fresh water that comes from the springs in the mountain.
Right.
They built dams, and they filled up the reservoirs, and that is the water that feeds New York City. And New York City is known for having the best tap water in the country.
Really?
Really clean, really pure. LA has one of the worst.
There is something clean in New York?
The spring water.
And so they have a dam?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
So really, actually, kind of interesting. Quick story.
Damn, George.
There were towns. There were towns in those valleys,
Right.
back in the day.
Uh-huh.
And in the 30s and 40s, New York City population was exploding. And they went into those towns, like eminent domain from the government. And they said, in about 20 or 30 years, you guys got to be out of here because we're building this dam and we're creating this reservoir.
Right.
And so all those people had to leave. And they built the dam and they just let it fill up with water. And it took about 5 years to fill up. And then it took 5 years for it to clear out because it was so muddy.
Right.
And there's still like foundations of houses under the water and foundations of bridges and stuff. Like they had to just leave.
So is that fair to the people?
I mean, no. No, but then again, New York City did have to have water, and it had to come from somewhere. So they built these aqueducts that take the water all the way from there, all the way down to New York City.
Did they buy the land from the folks, or they took it? How white people like to take land.
I don't know whether they gave them money to leave. I'm sure they did.
White people like to occupy.
Yeah, but eminent domain is the same when they build highways. They're allowed to say, we're building a highway here, you got to go.
What the? That don't even sound
Yeah,
right.
you don't even own your land here.
I know. Hake said, I resent the fact LA tap water is not that bad.
Oh, well.
That's because he drink it.
You've never been to, you haven't had the New York City tap water. But yeah, my dad shot that deer, and it's amazing.
That's why you can't get a good bagel in LA.
That's what they say. They say it's
Because of the water?
They say the bagels in New York, it's because of the good water.
The tap water. Yeah.
Wow. So when we mentioned John Deere, Hake said murderer.
Murder.
He's such a liberal. Come on,
We
man.
gotta take Hake hunting.
I know, Lord.
Let him experience it.
Hake need to go hunting. John, can Hake go hunting with you too?
Hake is welcome. All are welcome.
And let him drink some damn water out of New York. Real water.
Yeah, fresh. Clean.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. And so, are you expected to kill your first buck?
I've already
you
killed a buck, but you never know. We'll see what happens
So
this
you
year.
killed one before?
Yep.
Wow. Amazing.
Yep. It wasn't as big as that, but it looked kind of similar. You know what I was thinking when I was seeing those Thanksgiving dinner things with people fighting?
Yeah.
It's also, when you get together with family and for Thanksgiving or the holidays, it's such a good opportunity to get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Because whether you're with family or alone or with friends, those kind of things are going to come up.
Yeah.
And to see yourself and to see what reaction you have to those situations is like it's a great thing.
That's a good point.
In a way, it is a good thing. To see whether you overreact or how you can or cannot talk about politics with people over dinner. It's amazing that people can't do that.
I know. That's crazy, huh? But they get so emotional.
Yeah, they can't just sit there and have like a normal conversation.
Right. Well, if you take Hake shooter with you, you have to be real careful because he may end up like Dick Cheney.
No.
Remember they said Dick Cheney shot his friend accidentally?
Yeah.
So you better watch out for Hake.
You better wear bright orange.
I'm telling you, real bright.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, man. That is something else, John. Amazing.
All right.
Thank you, Sean.
Welcome.
Amazing. Let me go quickly to Michael out of Canada. Michael, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Jesse!
Hey, Michael.
Okay, so real quick about the pictures behind you. You like hungry. You seems hungry.
You say what now?
The picture behind you, of you.
Oh, right
You
there?
look hungry. You look hungry, like someone took the last piece of sweet potato pie from you.
Oh, no. I wouldn't let that happen, believe me. Amazing.
Okay. Anyway, here is your white in the outside, black in the inside French from Canada Communist. Last week, while I was doing push-up and smoking cigarettes like a good old Canadian, I was listening to your show and you was quoting some lyrics of Save the Children of Marvin Gaye.
Save the baby.
Yeah.
Why don't you save the children? That was an amazing song by Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, and I love this album. So I went to YouTube to listen to it, and I clicked on the clip of what's going on to find out that those fat, black, radical lesbians are trying to weaponize the message of love and God for their nasty, evil movement. What a shame.
Yeah, the one unfortunate thing that's probably the most unfortunate thing, but not the only, that's happening in America and around the world is that Christians and non-Christians alike are teaching that anger is good and that Jesus was angry and it's being pushed as love, as though it's love, and it's just causing nothing but hell on earth. When God said that we should overcome anger, anyone who has an anger is a murderer, and that you cannot trust an angry person. But yet, the people are pushing it as though it's good. It's so, I want to use the word unfortunate, but I don't know how unfortunate it is because most people love their hell. And if they love their hell, you have to leave them in their hell and be satisfied with it.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah.
It's such a bad way to live.
Yeah, amazing.
Who is to blame? BLM.
Well, we have to blame the family because it starts in the home first.
Yeah, just a joke, Jesse.
Yeah, I know you were there, but I'm just saying for those who are into it, it's horrible. You got to overcome that.
Yeah, that's why I say I'm black in the inside. In the inside, because over here it's a mess.
What a mess!
But anyway, the biblical question:
who or what are you trying to hold together?
When I was young, I didn't have really a family. They were all crazy, so my family to me was my friend. And for a long time, I was trying to hold to them. But life goes on, and you realize that the life of a man is really, really, really lonely. But once you have God in your life, you'll never be lonely again.
So you were trying to hold your family together?
Mostly my friends, like the friends I grew up with.
And why were you?
My family, I don't. I'm like the black sheep of my family. I don't have any.
Oh, okay. And why were you trying to hold your friends together?
Maybe to be with somebody.
Oh, okay.
I was feeling alone.
Right.
And then I heard your message, and I was like, damn. Sorry. I was like, this is good.
Nice.
So thank you. You had a really, really, really good message.
Right on. I really appreciate your response to it, too, Michael. And I will put my little 2 cents in on Sunday, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. About Sunday service, I went to church, Mormon church, and I got to say, the best service on earth is yours. That's for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
God bless you.
You too. Thank you, Michael, and happy Thanksgiving Day, whatever.
Oh, there's nothing like this here.
Right on.
Only Christmas.
There you go, man. Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye now. The church is rebuildingtheman.com/church if you missed it. Rebuildingtheman.com/church. Marcus is the first time caller out of, there's one line open. Marcus is the first time caller out of Fort Worth, Texas. Marcus, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how are you doing?
All is well, Marcus.
Good deal. Hey, I just had a quick question. I actually just recently found you on YouTube,
right.
And I heard you say something, and this might sound weird. It was like a light went off in my head, but I'm still like confused on it. You had said something about Jesus not being God or something like that. And I was raised in a Christian home, and we were always, I was always taught to pray, in Jesus' name at the end. So what confused me about that is when Jesus tells us to pray, he says to pray to our Father.
Yes.
And so could you help me understand that?
It's been misinterpreted by the intellectual Christians. And the preachers have intellectual preachers who, by the way, went to school for the most part to be a preacher, have told the congregation that they have to pray in Jesus' name. But when Christ said to pray, our Father, which art in heaven, right? And yeah. But unfortunately, most Christians have learned it intellectually, and it's stopping them from knowing the Father. Even Jesus said that his Father and he are one. He and his Father are one. His Father sent him. Father, forgive them. I have to go and seek my Father's will. He made it clear that greater is he's here. Things that you should do what I've done, even greater things, because of my Father. But yet they call Jesus God because they're more into their heads about God rather than knowing God.
Like a relationship.
Right. It's all intellectual. They just know about him. That's why nothing changes in their lives, because they know about God, but they don't know him at all.
Okay. So that helps a lot, man. I really appreciate it, Jesse, for what you do, man. I really enjoy your shows, and it really just started making me think: do I intellectually know God, or do I know God?
If you go ahead, finish your point.
Well, I just really appreciate that your platform, you getting up and helping us understand these things.
If you really want to know him, be still, let go of all ideas. Are you doing the silent prayer?
No, sir. I was actually going to check it out after this podcast. It's the first time I heard you talk to someone earlier about the silent prayer.
Yeah, go to rebuildingtheman.com/prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer, or silentprayer.video. And you still can do your little hooping and hollering until you see the right way to go. But the more you let go, Marcus, the more you will know God, to the point that you're going to let go completely, and you will know him, and life will become amazing for you.
Man. Well, hey, thank you so much, Jesse. Man, I really appreciate it, brother.
All right, buddy. I wish you well. Call me again.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, buddy. 888-7753-773. There's a line open. Let me go to Jamal out of Pennsylvania. Jamal, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Well, greetings. How are you, sir?
All is well, Jamal.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I was calling in about your stance about not identifying with our color, like we shouldn't identify with our color.
Right.
And that we shouldn't be into the color, and that we should be identifying with what is right.
Yes.
Now, is there only like one exception to that in regards to, let's say, when you're intermarrying with people of different color?
When you meaning that if you're white, you should marry a white woman. If you're black woman, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Yeah, if men and women were not angry, if they had forgiven their mothers before they married, they would never marry out of their race. They would only be attracted to a white woman, and a black man would be only attracted to a black woman. The reason that, for the most part, the reason that men and women marry outside of their race because they resent their mothers, and they are trying to get away from that spirit of the mother, and they think that another race will be better. But when they do get married or date or live together, they end up with the same spirit and become the same problem. Because they're attracted to their mother's spirit, and they don't realize that that's what it is. They have a love-hate relationship.
Now, you said for the most part, so there is occasions where it's just something that happens like any other situation. You just meet somebody and it just works that way.
I know I use the word for the most part, but all who are born of the woman must be born again of the Father. So they're all attracted and have a love-hate relationship with their mother. Every man and every woman hate their mothers. So I know I use for the most part, but I shouldn't, because it applies to all of mankind.
Okay, so...
Are you married to a black woman or a white woman?
White.
And are you black?
Yes.
You are black?
Yes.
Oh, and what made you marry a white woman?
Well, I just, like anybody else, I met her, and there were just some things that we connected on, and that we, you know, enjoy ourselves. We like certain things,
Right.
and we have a commonality.
And how's the marriage going?
It has its ups and downs.
Does she obey you?
Yes.
She obey you?
Yes.
Well, why do you have ups and downs then?
Well, there's some things I'm trying to work on with her. I'm trying to, you know, help her improve her life.
But if she were to obey you, her life would naturally improve without you trying to make it improve.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, because I hear you say it's not about the color, but I guess it's about color when it comes to marrying people.
No, it's
That's
about
why I was-
spirit. Because you are not your color. You're not your thoughts. You're not your feeling. You are a spirit, right? It's about spirit. It's not about color.
So there's no, but I'm still confused on if it's not about color, then why is it about it when it comes to marriage? It sounds like that's what your position is.
But I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, if it's not about color, then you're not looking at a person to, if you're going to decide to marry the person, well, I see that their color doesn't match mine, so therefore I can't marry him because it must be about color if I'm going to make that decision about their skin color. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Well, you're not going to make the decision about the skin color if you were to overcome the spirit of your mother. It wouldn't even be an issue. You're not to marry someone the color of your mother, your parents, right? Why would you go outside of your race to marry? Why did you do that?
Well, for me, because it's not about color. Because, in other words, a woman is a woman. It doesn't matter what color they are, how tall they are, what color their eye. That's my stance. It's not about color at all.
So
I don't identify with color.
So why do you marry a black one?
If I would have met one and we would have connected, then that would have happened. I mean, I've dated black women, white women, mostly black women. And then, you know, a Jamaican woman is just, it's kind of like a roll of the die. It's just who you meet.
And so out of all the black women that you met, not one in there that you were attracted to enough to marry?
Yeah.
Not one?
It just didn't work out. Oh, yeah. It just didn't work out.
You married her?
No. You asked me, was I attracted to them? I was attracted to them, yes.
Oh, why did you marry her then?
I think she's lost interest in me.
Oh. But you know what? It's not like, for me, I don't care who marry who. Whomever wants to get married, fine. I'm just telling you the cause that, for it, the reason they do it.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, you say it's not about color, but when it comes to marriage, the color matters. That's what it sounds like to me.
No, the color doesn't matter. It's the spirit behind the color that matters.
So as long as if I'm with a woman after her spirit, then it could be she can have any color of skin then.
If I'm with a woman after, I don't know what that means.
Like if she identifies with right, like I identify with right, then we marry based on that fact, start a family, etc. That's pretty much in the equation. It didn't have anything to do with her color.
No, if she identified with what is right and you identified with what is right, you wouldn't be getting married. You have to identify with what is wrong, which are the emotions and stuff like that, in order to get married.
Okay, so people that identify with what's right, they're the ones that don't get married?
Right, and that's hard to find. Most people identify what is wrong and not what is right.
I see. Okay, so only people that identify with what is right don't get married, but those are ones that do get married identify with what is wrong.
Yeah, but there are some people who don't identify with what is right, and they're not getting married. But thank you. Back in a moment. My book, For Raised to Responsibility, I show you how I was able to overcome anger. The spirit of anger was taken away from me. I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone, and you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. My books are amazing Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, Thanksgiving gifts, From Rage to Responsibility, the first book I wrote, amazing book. Looked like I was 19 right there. What the? And then the 7 Guaranteed Steps. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Scam. How the black leadership exploits black America, and they still doing it. The Wicked Witch from the West, Jesse Jackson, Louis Farrakhan, Al Sharpton. Amazing. And then the 7 Guaranteed Steps, the Spiritual Family and Financial Success Guide. And right now it's only available on Kindles and audiobook. Kindles and audiobooks. So that particular one. The rest of them you can get them in paperback and other. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/stores. And there is a link to Amazon.com and where you can purchase the 7 Guaranteed Steps. A little thin pocket guide there. And then the antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. It just brings it all home for you. It brings it all in. Go to rebuildingtheman.com to order the books, rebuildingtheman.com/store, or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And I will sign them to whomever you request. All right? I do appreciate it. And the Hake Report is coming up at the top of this hour. The Hake, Hake report.com. The Hake Report, and from 9 to 11. And today, something special is happening. Joel Friday TV. He be like, Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. this morning. Normally just Tuesday, right? But today it's Thanksgiving. Why not? Check out Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. this morning. And at 4 p.m., the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. At 4 p.m. today, riding high with the Anchor Baby of natural energy, energy on loan from God. As Rush Limbaugh used to say, and may his soul rest in peace, the late, great Rush Limbaugh, talent on loan from God. And that was true. Amazing. So no Fallen State today because of the holiday. No Fallen State TV. No brand new one. But next Friday, the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. The treasure chest is now open on D-Line. Let me do this, and then I want to get to some of these JLP reaction. Excuse me. What the? Let me go to Ron out of Texas. There's a line open at 888-7753. 773 888-77 Jesse. Ron out of Texas, you're on the air.
Hey, Uncle Jesse, how's it going?
All is well, Ron.
That's good. Hey, yeah, I've been married for 29 years, and I have 3 sons.
Uh-huh.
The youngest is 16, so that makes me a real man, right?
Real men make boys first. Amazing.
That's right, and there's no secret to it, but that's another conversation.
There's no secret to what?
Making boys.
Oh, there's a secret.
Either you're a man or you're not.
Oh, there's a secret. A lot of men are making girls first.
Oh, okay.
And they don't know the secret to making boys first.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know the secret where it just happened. The right way.
Well, accidents do happen at times as well.
All right, there you go. Hey, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
I was listening to you talk to Andreas earlier, and it seems like he gave up his rights to his children or his child. And I believe that is the wrong way to go for a parent, a father. Okay, back in my younger days, I had older black men give me advice like never leave your family. Never leave your family. Always raise your kids. What happened to that advice from older black men?
Well,
you're giving the advice to where you could just leave your kids and let the woman raise the child, and we know right now.
Well,
that's not the best way to go.
I'm glad that Andre see it for himself, and he won't be listening to what you're saying. That's for sure.
Well, I hope
because
he do
either you didn't listen to the message, or you didn't hear him. He tried all he could to get his child, and he went to court, and it was devastating, and it didn't work, so he gave up. He did the right thing. But thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. Let me go to Greg. There's a line open, 888-7753-773. Ron is a black Israelite. It just never makes sense when he calls. It's never, not what I ever said. What's up? Thank you, Ron. Greg out of Ohio, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Jesse?
All this well.
Same here. I was calling about the biblical question.
Who or what are you trying to hold together?
My image of what people think of me.
Your image of what people think of you. And can you give me an example?
Like, always doing things for other people. And when they almost not praise, but like say thank you and all that other stuff, it feeds my ego.
Yeah. Whoa. And I want to put my 2 cents in, but I won't. And now that you see that, what you going to do about it?
You always say, peace be still, or just, be still and peace will come.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go out of my way to build my own ego and just deal with the things that are given to me in front of me.
Nice, man. Had you realized that before it became a biblical question, what you were trying to hold together?
Yeah.
Nice. Amazing. Man, I want to put my 2 cents in, but I won't. I got to hold off. But that's deep, Greg.
I appreciate that. I mean, it's a spiritual battle, and it's every day.
Yep.
That's
for sure.
And you fall short sometimes, and, there are life lessons when you fall short of that.
Yeah. Get up and brush yourself off, and keep going.
Yeah, get back on the horse.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday.
Appreciate everything you do, Jesse. I listen to you every day I can at work when I'm doing book work.
Yeah.
And you make me laugh. It makes my day better. And then you hit with some nuggets of knowledge, and I'm like, it'll be on my mind that day, and I just appreciate it.
Right on. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you so much.
You have a good day.
You too.
Thank
amazing. You're welcome. Amazing. 888-7753-773. So I got to react. I have not seen these clips. I have to react, and then I get back to the call. There is that one line open right there, 888-7753-773. My producer, Sean, is here. He's also an expert on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. I need to react.
Yep. Yeah, you haven't seen these before.
I have not seen them yet, folks. My first time.
And, we can move through them quickly. Just quick reactions.
All right. The first one is a news radio from News Radio.
Melanie, I'm single, you're single. What do you say we get married?
Well, I'm glad you finally decided on the direct approach.
Yeah, well, I'm a businessman at heart.
As am I. What's your offer?
Single rich male seeks matrimony.
Primary residence?
Westchester County.
Would you be open to considering a secondary residence in Manhattan?
Central Park West.
South.
Done. Time spent together.
8 hours, 5 days a week.
7 hours, 12 hours weekends.
55 hours aggregate. Specifics to be determined later.
I'm amenable to that. Children.
1.
3.
2.
Done. But one of them has to be a male.
I'll see what I can do. Vacations.
December, Hawaii.
June, the vineyard.
June, fine, but Hawaii.
Nope, the vineyard.
Is that a deal breaker for you?
I'm afraid so.
Me too. Well, we gave it a shot.
I'm sure you'll find a better match.
Thanks for the time.
Isn't that?
That is funny, but yeah, so typical for men today.
I know. I'm sure, isn't that better than dating and going through the whole song and dance and just have a little 2 or 3 minute conversation?
That's right. And you know right away, man, she ain't gonna obey you.
Right.
And it's done. No, I love that.
Yeah, he did try to negotiate, so we don't love that, but anyway.
That is funny, man. X, a second clip from X.
I told you my dude is not shit regular. I told you it's gonna get. We don't play with no regular. On my butter. We do it. Don't play my slime. On 4th grade, it will guess like that. Switchy. No talking. No cat. No talking. Switch game. 3 switches right here. And I put the bitches. That's just enough right there. That's enough. 1, 2, 3. That's enough. Yeah, big we don't even get that.
Wow. That's sad.
Sad, right?
Yeah.
About 14, 15, 16 years old.
And they blame it on racism.
And that switch they're talking about, it's an illegal modification of a handgun where, you take a Glock or a handgun that shoots one at a time, and you modify it and you put a switch on it, and it turns it into fully automatic where you could just hold down the trigger and it just goes boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
But
and they're allowed to play that on YouTube or something? What's it on X?
Yeah.
They show that?
Yeah, it's on X.
Wow. Yeah, that's sad. Their mothers and fathers have not been there for them at all.
Yep. Anyway, next.
Instagram.
Just short and whatnot. A lot of y'all already know what's going on and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? If you've been on IG lately. But this is a message for YG and whatnot. And from a real one to a real one, man, I'm asking that you please take my baby mama, you know what I mean, off your IG with her, picture of her busting it all open and whatnot. You feel me? So, I wake up, text message, DMs going crazy like, this your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? So I go over to YG Instagram. Baby mama on there busting it open, going crazy. All in the background, cheesing and smiling. Got me looking like a straight goofy, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, if that's your baby mama, you need to keep her in check. You know what I'm saying? Baby, don't listen. You feel me? And now I'm out here looking like a goofy, you feel me? So, like I say, man, if you're a real one, I'm asking that you please take my baby mama down.
Wow, that's his baby mama with a lace on the L like that? Her leg.
Yeah, so she's a stripper.
Wow.
He's like, please take this down.
You should dump her real fast.
She doesn't listen.
If she doesn't obey it, it's over. Wow. He's all embarrassed.
He's begging people to take it down.
Yeah, please take it down. How about her not doing it? That's crazy. And the fourth one from TikTok.
Message to young people and all of the people who wants to get covered in tattoos. I want everyone to know that I regret my tattoos and you might regret yours when you get older.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today. I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I'm covered in tattoos. I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because I can't take me seriously. And I just realized that.
A good point. Wow. Better late than never. Nobody want no tattooed up woman.
Yeah, she talks in the video about how she like owns her own business and she like she's a tough girl.
She thought the guy wanted that, a strong woman.
She's like, no wonder why I'm single.
She's like, ain't no guy gonna marry me up like this. Wow.
Yep. Got 2 more.
$1 late, day short, and 2 tattoos too many. Amazing. TikTok.
So my wife traveled to Africa and is coming back today. I'm at the airport waiting for my Oyo. I'm so excited. Ah, look at Yobo.
I know you miss me.
Too much.
Huh?
Yobo.
Mama is home.
Hey, my baby is back. I'm so happy. How are you? Hey, okay, so we are here now. I'm so happy. Wow. You can see how happy I am. My baby is back.
And then he go home and he cry. What the? Mama is home.
That's they call it PDA, public displays of affection.
I'm telling you. Instagram, the last one,
Yep.
Instagram.
8.
I've never been married. Have you ever been married?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really?
I've never been married. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life?
You do have no good life.
I do.
You don't go nowhere.
I do. I just got back from a trip.
By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Really? I'm not nothing without a man, huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
Are you?
No, I had a husband, tell you that, huh?
I still have sex.
You what?
I still have sex.
I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a...
It's one person. One person.
Sleeping around like a...
Grandma, tell me about the good old days. She was 106.
I don't know. I think I missed that part, but
wow. Grandma is based.
You ain't got nothing going on.
As the young people say, you ain't got nothing going on. Sleeping around like a slut, I guess. Whatever. Grandma, tell me about the good old days. That's amazing. You ain't got no man. You ain't got no husband. You ain't got nothing going on.
Oh, that's funny.
Amazing. Thank you, man.
No problem.
That was mind-blowing. Nice. My producer and expert here on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Lance, is a first-time caller out of Illinois. Lance, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. I don't know if you can hear me too well. I'm on a really junky tablet. I've been watching you a long time, man. I just want to say thank you for all the work you do. You do you answer a lot of hard questions, deal with a lot of people all day, and you're really doing God's work, man. I really appreciate what you do.
Thank you, Lance. I appreciate that, man. Stay with it. Work on yourself. You haven't seen the God in me is in you, and it's going to blow your mind.
And I'm watching you on Kick right now. It's kind of crazy that I found you on here. I started streaming on this platform about 2 months ago, and I'm thrilled to see you on it.
Right
I'm watching
on.
you right now. I'm happy.
Kick, Kick. I'm waving at you, Lance.
Indeed. I saw you.
Shout out to Lance.
So much,
Amazing. Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate it.
Love you, buddy. You take it easy.
You too now. Amazing. Super chat. Super
Chats. Over on buymeacoffee.com, someone bought you a coffee saying amazing.
Amazing.
And someone
when you really start getting a hold of real life, you're gonna see what I mean by amazing.
Another said, what the? with another coffee.
Thank you. Both of you.
Stan 60.
Two different people, right?
Yeah. Well, there were two coffees anyway.
By the same person?
I don't know. It's just they both said someone, but
okay.
That could be
Thank
different.
you.
Stan 69 with a diamond. Isn't it illegal to kill a doe? I've heard it before.
Not in Sweet Home, Alabama, and upstate New York, apparently. And thank God, and don't let the people stop that, because unhappy people don't want anyone to have any fun with life at all. Natural things. Amazing. Thank you.
Danny, i.e., bought a coffee. A friend of mine tells me that he goes on dates and the women will spend the night at his house afterwards. They cuddle but don't have the S word, sex. But I'm not judging him for it. I just think it's interesting. People are so open and carefree. Thanks for what you guys do. Good song, Hassan.
Yeah, the stuff that people put out there about themselves nowadays is mind-blowing to me. And they will live to regret it. Really. Amazing. Thank you.
Jesse, do you have an ego? Says Sandy, the Mexican car, blah, blah, blah.
There is an ego, but it's not mine, and it's dying daily. Dying daily. Thank you.
So is that a yes or a no?
No.
Nice.
We are not our egos. So no.
Iwama, free spaceship, please. Bought a coffee. Good morning, team. Happy Thanksgiving. Look at the symbolism of the peace sign. Peace sign emoji with the two fingers, which is hippie, and I disavow it. It's fascinating to me that the two fingers are unparalleled. On the other hand, when I see paintings of Jesus, he has two fingers together, paralleled. Could this mean the worldly definition of peace is evil? What the?
I've never seen a finger of Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus has this. When you see paintings of him, it's like a blessing thing.
Oh.
He does it like this. I'm not pretending to be Jesus. I'm just doing the sign that he did.
But did Jesus do that in real life, or they just do it on the painting?
Just on the painting.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if he did it in real life or not.
I don't quite understand all that, but thank you.
Shout out to the top contributors, WD41, Stan 69, 5555556 or 4 or something. Wrinklehands, Bing Bong, Kid Combo 1, Diane D, Wolf 336. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
And I thank you guys. I do believe that is all for now.
Amazing. Thank you all so much. That's amazing. Let me go quickly to blah, blah, blah. Let me go to Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Rick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. Everybody named Mama will listen to the Jesse Lee Peterson Show for knowledge today, brother.
Everybody and their mama. Thank you, Rick. Oh, amazing.
Man, how was y'all Thanksgiving?
It was really, really nice. I ate steak and sweet potato. How about yours?
Mine was pretty good. I ate a lot, man. I didn't even feel like doing nothing, Jesse, after I got through eating.
Did your wife do the cooking?
Yes, my wife did most of the cooking.
Nice. Did you have sweet potatoes?
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
Sweet potato and pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah. So you like pumpkin pie?
Well, I like either sweet potato pumpkin pies and I'm more of a cake person, but I do like pie. So it's like apple pie, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie.
I got you. Amazing. Well, I'm glad you had a good one, man.
Yeah, you too, guys. I'm glad you guys had. I saw y'all was starting y'all Thanksgiving before the show went off yesterday.
Yeah, Hassan brought apple cider. Was it apple cider? And eggnog.
Okay.
It was so good, man. I mixed it together after a while. It was delicious.
I'm on the radio.
Amazing.
Yeah. So yep, Jesse.
Who are you talking to?
Oh no, that was my daughter. I was telling her. She was telling me to come eat. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you before.
It's a time for breakfast or dinner.
Oh no, this is lunch, baby. It's 12 o'clock over here. It's almost 12 o'clock over here.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm on Eastern. But what I wanted to say real quick there, Jesse, before I know you're getting ready to go off. But anyway, you were saying, why do people fight over politics? Yesterday, you asked the question yesterday on your show yesterday.
Right.
I just want to say, most times it's always liberals that get upset and overreact.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes a conservative would get upset because he's playing defense because the liberal been insulting him.
Right.
In
That's
most
why I
cases.
tell them to stop fighting with the devil.
Yeah, exactly. Only thing, someone Adrian Rogers said, they have a right to be wrong. Let them be wrong.
Absolutely, man. Rick, thank you for that, but I wanted to let you get that out, but we're out of time. Thank you. Call me again.
Love you guys, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all Thanksgiving weekend. Love y'all.
You
Be
too,
good.
You too, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend holiday, folks. And the Hake Report is coming up now. The Hake Report. And at 11 a.m. this morning, enjoy our Friday TV. And at 4 p.m., the American Anchor Baby. A busy day today. And you will not be sorry. You're going to love it. Thank you all. Get on that straight and narrow path and stay there no matter what. No matter what trick the devil tries to play or whatever. Let the devil have his way. You stay on that straight and narrow. God is with you. Thank you again for everything, super chats and all that. I'll be back on Monday. I'll see you on Sunday at the fellowship at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Rebuildingtheman.com/church. Thank you all so much. Have a rest of an amazing weekend. Be safe out there. Crazies are out there. Take care now.
Igniting the truth. But you beg and blame and lie and hate and never want to stand for the truth. So what you planning to do? You understand in the lose. You better go talk to your mama. Better stop with the drama. Better drop all the trauma. Boy, you better stand up and up. Put your hand up and hut. Cause if we don't, then we lose. And then we gotta hear the fake news. Whoa.
Know that so you can something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause you must know that so you can something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way.
So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. So I asked the question, are you better than a child molester? I've discovered over the 30 years of counseling, the one thing that's missing, and I think because it's not taught in the homes or talked about, we don't have examples of it, right, is love. Our theme this year is to bring back Christianity, to love God with all our heart, soul, and might, our neighbor as ourselves, and to endure. And there, when you're in a fallen state, people will judge the molester but think they're better than the molester. And I ask, well, why do you think you're better? When I realized it doesn't matter what you think about yourself or how much you have or don't have or how you accomplish things in life or don't. If you have no love, you have nothing.
Thank you, Jesse Lee Peterson. And